It is time for the women's 100 metres, the final track event of the evening. And there's one good reason why they've left it to last, because in lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Ewa Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 metres. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Neta of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis, they're 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side too from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was really tight, Hannah. I don't think there was a lot in it. Let's have a look at the times. 10.83, 10.83, 10.84 for the first 3.
Well, Serena Cole, she ran so well, didn't she, in that 100 metres. She's going to lead the Jamaican squad off. We're going to have the Clayton sisters, Tina, 100-meter champion. We're going to have Tia, her sister. Then we're going to have Shericka Hill. She looks one of the hot favourites for the women's 100-meter hurdle titles. That one, of course, is going on tomorrow. Well, we can see from 8, Australia, Italy 7, United States 6, Colombia 5, Jamaica 4, Great Britain 3, Germany 2, Switzerland 1. go. This is the women's 4x100 metre final. Look at Jamaica. They've started off well. Let's always look at those baton changes. Well, the Jamaican change is a good one. And America are going pretty well there in lane 6, but this is all about Jamaica. Well, Colombia, oh, they were struggling with that baton a little bit there. Well, it does look like it's Jamaica from the United States, Great Britain and Northern Ireland and Colombia, and a real battle there for the bronze medal. Well, all the batons, oh no, Great Britain, it all went wrong for them on the last change, but it is Jamaica, the United States of America in second place, and Colombia, the home team, well, the whole of the stadium, yet another medal in this World Under-20 Championships.
It's a world record. We have a World Under-20 record broken by the Jamaicans, and virtually nothing went wrong. The 100-metre champion there, Clayton, she had to have a second look at that final baton change, but she still scooted up the home straight to take the gold medal. And when you consider the delays and everything else, what a performance that is. And Colombia, well, they are delighted because they have picked up the bronze medal. Another medal for Colombia at these championships. Two silvers in individual events, and now they have a bronze in the relays.
Well, when you see scenes like this, it's very hard not to smile. We're just hearing that United States in second place. That was a national record for them. Oh my goodness, all the athletes who have come through that US system, who've been on those US teams. The same can be said for Jamaica. For these two squads to be their fastest in history, well, we've seen something quite special here this evening. Well, there you go. That is confirmation. 43.28. Well, the future of sprinting in Jamaica and the United States, it looks in safe hands, doesn't it?
But it is a rather good squad, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Is a good time for a senior squad. That's the sort of time that would get you up there challenging for the medals in the equivalent of the World Championships for seniors. Let me just say that again. That is a good enough time to win a medal at the World Championship.
Won gold in Doha in the 100 metres as well, and here she lines up in an unfamiliar scene for her. She's not a massive kind of indoor athlete, is she? But this is a great place for her to start the season.
She doesn't do a lot of indoors, but again, some athletes, they just choose not to. But the Mommy Rocket, as she calls herself these days, is a phenomenal, incredible athlete. And you know what her start's like, blistering. She'll put everyone under pressure from the get-go, but it'd be nice to see how she gets on, and it's great for the Glasgow crowd to see her.
And Amy Hunt in lane 8 is an athlete with huge potential. She is the fastest ever 17-year-old, well, she was last year before she turned 18, in the world. That is a title that's held in the men by Usain Bolt. So of course the comparisons are there, and she gauged her season and kind of very well last year. Many people thought she might end up going to Doha. She didn't, and she's qualified to go to Cambridge as a student next year. She's got an incredibly bright future on many fronts, but athletics certainly, Denise.
Very promising youngster, but listen, she's got to learn, she's got to use this experience. She's next to Sally Ann Fraser-Pryce, and so she have to draw on all these experiences to make her a better athlete. This is just the start for her.
Okay, well, let's see how she does in exalted company, Andrew Cotter.
Yes, what a race we have here. What a rarity to have Shelly Ann Fraser-Pryce and Muriel Ahuri lining up against each other, alongside each other. That's a gift to Glasgow to have Fraser-Pryce here for her only indoor meeting of the year. So rarely runs indoors, but Amy Hunt goes in lane 8 again, I think she knows that this is a good test for her, because she said that her 20 to 30 metres, first 20 to 30 metres, are the worst part of any race she runs. But anyway, Amma Pippi, the Enfield and Haringey athlete who's been studying in Oklahoma, won over 200 metres in Vienna a fortnight ago, had a good race with Amy Hunt in London over 60 metres last month, a fraction between the two of them. Katarzyna Sokolska of Poland is in lane 2, strong Polish contingent at this meeting. Maja Michalinic of Slovenia made the final of the European Indoors here last year. Good run in Torun in Poland last weekend behind the American Shania Collins. And then the noise that will welcome one of the greatest athletes of all time, twice Olympic champion, 4 times world champion, over 100 metres. Says that Tokyo will be her final Olympics. She's going to double up there over 100 and 200, but she's almost built, designed for 60 metres here. They met in the World Indoors in 2014, where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won her only World Indoor title, beating Ahuri into second place. But Ahuri, World Indoor champion in Birmingham 2 years ago. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, her first indoor race this season. Again, it's just not a well-trodden path from Jamaica to the indoor scene in Europe in the winter, but a strong Jamaican contingent here today. Naomi Sedney of the Netherlands, often a stalwart of the Dutch 4x100 squad, with the likes of Jamila Samuel and Daphne Schippers. And then Amy Hunt, still just 17, enormous potential. European junior title last year. This year's a World Junior Championship year. She's got that to decide on, as well as whether to go to Cambridge or Loughborough. Is it going to be World Junior Championship or Olympics? Again, you have to think perhaps of the long term as well, but she is running world-class times now. 60 metres, not perhaps her strength, though she knows that. It's just a chance here to test her first 20-30 metres against some of the best, and perhaps the very best of all time in women's sprinting. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane 4, Muriel Ahuri in 5. Ahuri has not lost an indoor race over 60 metres since 2014, when she gave second best to the woman alongside her, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The women's 60 metres. Cleanly away, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is outsmarted of all. Muriel Ahuri is going strongly also, but she can't quite get back there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce takes it. 7:16 for the victory, just ahead of Muriel Ahuri. Natasha Morrison was up there as well for third, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets that victory, a rare victory, a rare defeat rather, for Muriel Ahuri. It's not a rare victory for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She just doesn't race indoors, but when she comes to race indoors over 60 metres, she invariably wins. Ahuri has to give second best again to the great Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and again, if it's to be her only indoor race this season, which she says it is, then it's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, this is always interesting, you know, Andrew, when athletes such as Shelly-Ann comes out to decide to run just a one-off race. I'm always interested to see what kind of condition that they're in, and you can imagine right now she's still in that building phase, so she'd be pretty strong in the weights room, and again that's been demonstrated because she thundered out the blocks. It's what we expected to see and do, but watch this out of the blocks. Good rhythm, isn't she? Hard, straight into that floor. But as I say, there's those little extra technical elements that come over the 100-metre preparation, which you don't really demonstrate over 60. So for me, this is just fantastic to see her here, enjoying the indoor running and really showing the crowd of her expertise.
There's the contrast. We know that she's a 60-100 sprinter, really. That's where her strength lies. 200, she's very, very good, but perhaps she just starts to get relatively weak. And when you see Hunt again on the replay, you can't see her here, but she was starting to come back into things a little bit. So some are designed for 60s and 100s, and others for
She's based in Portland, and she did a great job, so thank you.
Okay, so Shelly,
but of course, I have to big up Shant, that's in Kingston, Waterhouse to be exact. She did my colors, all my colors she did them.
Okay, so 1 silver, 1 gold. What's next on your agenda?
The 4x1s, you know, we're really looking forward to it. So we're hoping that the 4 ladies for the heats will have a great run. We're praying that, you know, they carry the stick around, and once they do that and we get to the finals, I'm just praying that we have a good run for that final.
Okay, can you finish this sentence for me? Sometimes I have to. I don't know. Shelly, you tweeted this morning 200 meters is a different discipline?
No, yes, so I actually tweeted in Jamaican. So I said 200 meter is a different kind of running.
Yeah.
Like it's really different from the 100 where you just get up and you just go. But it's so technical, you know, and it involves a lot of speed endurance, and you try to run it the best way you can. And I've always said, listen, I just go from the start, and wherever it pops, you know, and I'm glad that I was able to come away with a silver medal today.
Yeah. What influenced your choice of color for a race?
It just depends on how I feel in the morning. So I try them on and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this one, or oh, I'm not feeling it. But the brighter, the better.
A friend of mine in Ghana named the daughter after you. Your reaction to that?
Oh wow, now I feel like Beyonce. Because I know a lot of people name their kids after Beyonce and Rihanna, so now I feel like a superstar. So yeah, thank you. Hi, Shelly.
A season's best, how's that feel?
It's good, you know, what more could you ask for? You know, 200 is not my, as I said, not my favorite event, but it has been an event that challenges me, and this is my fourth, fifth. I ran 200s before, and then I did it at my national championship, and I did it today. So I'm grateful that I was able to come away with a season best and a silver medal.
Because of your performance here, everyone is expecting the world record to go down in the relays. We expect the same in Tokyo. It didn't quite happen.
Yeah,
have
exactly.
Have you guys been practicing differently? Or
honestly, that's the only, if I'm being honest, which I always am, we don't do a lot of practice with relays in Jamaica, which I think is, it's a downfall for us. I definitely think if we had time to have relay camps, then we'd be better at, you know, the 4x1s. But we have to do what we have to do, and you know, tomorrow when the ladies come out, they've been practicing, so we're just hoping that the 4 ladies can have a good run and carry the stick around, and we just pray to God when the finals come, we'll have a blistering run. If we're gonna have Shericka on the, I'm not telling you what leg she's running, it's a secret. So,
Be patient.
so Shericka is there with that 21.4. Listen, it's over.
We love you. Take care.
So I had them colored in Jamaica by my hairstylist Shans, and then I come here and then I just find some stylist somewhere to just install them. Sometimes I go on Instagram and I look and I get someone and they install it for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
For the son, for science today?
Yeah, I'm grateful to be able to have him here in the stands. And one day when he's older and he will look back at these moments and he'll understand how much he gave me strength and courage to just do the best that I can do for him to see that anything is possible once he believes and he works hard.
To my channel once more. Hope you have watched a very wonderful race from our brother Jamaica. Kindly, for watching this video for the first time, make sure you subscribe, like, share and comment. So guys, hope you have watched a very tough race from our brother Jamaica. As we know, Jamaica is the home of champion. We all know that Jamaica is the continent that cannot be beaten by anybody. It's the continent, is the country that is dominating these short races. They are the home of the short races. So the race has just been happened, and they have really Clayton has really broken a world record. We know Jamaica holds a lot of records, like Usain Bolt holding a record that has never been broken by anybody. Then another person is now Clayton. Clayton is just an upcoming athlete, and he's really doing a good work. He has a promising, she's now a star, and she's the promising star overall. So he has just set a record, and we know how Jamaica set a record. They don't set a record by set an abnormal record. So they have just set an abnormal record, which is now held by the Tia Clayton, and Tia Clayton is the youngest athlete now in terms of races. And we know how Jamaica is being dominating in the world now in terms of races, short races. They are called the short races, champions of short races. We have seen a lot of people, a lot of trophies being broken, being lifted by Jamaica. Jamaica is now in a map. They at the thing have really raised the Jamaica flag high. When you touch, when you mention the name Jamaica, people first thing they come in their mind is about running, about Usain Bolt, about Tia Clinton, about Fraser, about a lot of athletes are from Jamaica. So Jamaica has raised their flag and they have really building a very confident country which cannot be beaten by anybody. So we have seen a race and it has really impressed we as African, because we all know that Jamaica is from Africa and most of them were taken from West Africa for slavery. So they are just from Africa, and we have seen a lot of African breaking a lot of records. We have Kenya. Kenya is dominating in long races. You can't compare with Kenya. You have seen Ethiopia. So a lot of black people are dominating these races because of the black color. So we can ask ourselves why these black people are just setting a lot of records. It's because of what? Because of the organic food. We black people normally take organic food, and this food is staple for the is stable, and they have made a lot of people now being stable and breaking a lot of records. So we find that this Team USA and this West country, they normally take an artificial food, a natural food, which is not helping at least people. But we have seen a lot of people taking a natural food. We have a lot of people, have a lot of coaches. We have seen a lot of people now coming and train in Jamaica. A lot of people coming train in Africa because of what? Because we have some beach, we have a lot of mountain, a lot of mountains being climbed in Africa and also Jamaica. So a lot of people have come to Kenya and also come to Jamaica for training. And when you see a lot of these white people broke a record of Jamaica, is because of our own. We have seen now a lot of other team moving to these West countries, to this, because of what? Because of what we call it money. People are going outside looking for money. The only problem that we have in Africa and also Jamaica and Caribbean is only corruption. Corruption is being happening, and our athletes are not feeling well, so they decided they better go and compete for another country for higher wages. So we find that we are paying them a low wages, and this has made their life being hard for them. And these wages, they are paying high, now they represent the country. So you can find that we are compare when we go to competition, we find that black is being competed with some black. So, and this is not good. So we urge our government to prioritize the high wages for this. A lot of taxes happen to our athletes, so this have made life being hard for them. So now they decided to move outside. So Jamaica has done a lot of work. We all know that when Jamaica wins, all black people wins, all black American wins, all people praises Jamaica because of what? Because of black. Because now we are united. Unity is power. That's why what we are now advocating about unity. Unity is power, and we will not let this go. So Jamaica, congratulations for winning our gold this year, and we are looking forward a lot of achievement, because we know we are the champion and nobody can not compare. So kindly guys for watching this video, make sure you subscribe, like, share and comment, and let me see your reaction about Jamaica towards athletics and also the generally black people, and also why our athletics are leaving we African and going to compete, going to represent the East West country. So guys, let's see your reaction in comment section. Okay, thanks for watching my video once more. I'll be back with more updates.